Greetings, you magnificent fucks. Today we are talking about the latest Hate Forest album, Innermost, and also Satanic Warmasters, Aamongandr, which I've probably butchered. I don't know how I actually say that, so tell me down in the comments below how you actually pronounce the new Satanic Warmaster album. But yeah, we're here to talk about them. I bet you thought I wasn't going to. I didn't have them in my end of the year list because they came out so close to the end of the year, especially Satanic Warmaster, which was like the 30th, so pretty much into January, but here we are, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to play you some clips from the albums and tell you what I thought of each one. So, before we get in with it, let me know down below, what did you think of both of these albums? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know, and let's get started with Hate Forest's Innermost. Now this just came out of the blue. I did not expect another Hate Forest album, because last Christmas I gave you my album review, and then another year you get another one. Because we had Out of the Center last Christmas and I did a review for that, and now we have Innermost just randomly out of the blue, and we only just had a Druk album. Roman's just spoiling us, you know, just spoiling us. But yeah, let's talk about Innermost, and it's a 35-minute album. There's only 6 songs. And it's kind of parallel to Satanic Warmasters because there's only 6 songs in that as well. Similar kind of times, but it's quite a short album, quite compact, and the songs, they're pretty punchy. So let's start with the very first one on the album. Those Who Howl Inside the Snowstorm. Now this is the way to kick off an album, with that rhythmic energy and that pulsing insanity straight away. It kicks you right into gear. It's like an instant just shot of adrenaline, and that's how you want a Hate Forest album to start. Furious as fuck, intense as all hell, and it just sets the album up. It's like, this is what I want to do, and it's gonna be like this for 35 minutes, and you better fucking sit down and strap in, because it's insane the entire way through. It's only a 3-minute song as well. 3-minute banger. That's what I like about this album, is that it's very short and compact, because if you had it too long, a lot of these intense songs, because Hate Forest is kind of an intense band. Think of Druk, but shorter songs, more heavy, more intense, more evil sounding vocals. That's Hate Forest. Still got some melody in there as well, but it's way heavier and way just more evil sounding, and you don't want super long songs with Hate Forest, and you don't want a super long album, because it might start getting a bit, it might drag a bit, basically. So it's good that we have these short songs like this one to start it off, and it starts it off in style. One thing I will say though, is that it kind of ends abruptly. It's only on this song, but it kind of doesn't fade in to the next song quite well. That's the only negative I'll say about the song. I love the song, but the ending just kind of, it snaps into the next song. And it doesn't happen on any of the other songs, only on the first song. It just goes straight into the next song, which is cool, but I do like the endings of the other songs, so that's the only nitpick for this. Next up we have a long-ass song title, By Full Moon's Light Alone the Steppe Throne Can Be Seen. That's like a Nile title. That's like something from a Nile album, or an Inquisition album title. Well, this song is good. It sounds a bit similar at first, kind of got that furious intensity, but then it kind of has this marching off the war riff and rhythm, which is just so infectious. It just makes you want to just headbang the entire way through, and then it ends off really nicely. It has like a really nice fade out at the end. But yeah, those first 2 minutes, just as intense as the first song, just as crazy, but after the second minute after that, it has that cool rhythm and a cool melody. So overall, pretty solid song. Next up we have Ice Cold Bloodless Veins. Oh yes. Now this is evil sounding start. The start of this is just evil as all hell. It has those demonic screams, and it has this cool layering where it's got the high screams and the low screams together. I'll play you a clip. Love that layering of just the high and the low, mixing them together. Quite dynamic, quite powerful as well, very powerful vocals on this. And the drumming is batshit. Like, especially the end part of the song, the drumming is just the best way to end the song. Really powerful, intense stuff, love this song. Now I get into some interesting stuff with Temple of the Great Eternal Night, which is a longer kind of song. It has a lot of new stuff in it. It has a lot of acoustic moments within this. You have the intensity, yes, you have the crazy screams like you come to expect, but then it has these acoustic sections. There's about 2 in the song. It's about a 7-minute long song, but they break the flow of the song in a nice way. Like, it's like a palate cleanser, and it brings out the intensity in the other parts even more. It kind of builds the anticipation and kind of builds the atmosphere until it hits again with the intensity, and then to close off the song it goes back into that soothing kind of beautiful acoustic part melody. And I love songs like that with ebbs and flows, ups and downs, and it's just another great song on the album. Whiteout Silence is next, and this is just another one like another one like the first song on the album. Short, punchy, to the point, furious, intense, in your face, furious black metal. If that sounds good to you, you'll love this song, and you'll probably love the first song on the album as well. Nothing much to say about this song. There's no acoustic parts in it, there's no crazy marching off to war tribal drumming. It's just a furious banger, and it's good. But the piece de resistance, my favourite song on the album, is the closing track, Solitude in Starry December. And it's cool that it was actually released in December as well, so nice nod, but this is my favourite. It has everything within. It has the slow, somber-like moments, but also the intensity, the high ferocity of the vocals as well. It starts off quite slow, building the tension again before it blasts off. And I love the atmospheric parts of this song, kind of giving the music room to breathe, and it makes the heavier sounds pop when they come back in. So that's what I like with songs like this and the Temple one. Giving the room to breathe, making the heavy parts even heavier, and this one just does it better. This song feels like a Druk song. It does. A more intense, heavier Druk song, but it does feel like it could have been on the latest Druk album. It would be the most heaviest song on the latest Druk album, but it could be on that. And you know me, you know I love Druk, so I love this to pieces. Easily my favourite song on the album, and it's like a 7-minute one as well, and it's a great way to close off a fantastic album. So overall, fairly short album, about 35 minutes, something like that, only about 6 songs, but all the songs are great. Every single song is fantastic. You got short, punchy ones, you got more atmospheric ones like the last one, and you have the cool acoustic moments. But overall, it is a fairly dense, compact, heavy album. Like, it is a pretty heavy album. If you wanted a bit more atmosphere, then check out the latest Druk album, which is one of my favourites of the year. But if I was gonna redo my ranking, this would easily be my top 10. I adore it. The melodies, the heaviness, the atmosphere, it's all there. It's amazing. My only complaint is literally the first song. It needs a bit longer ending. That's the only complaint I have, because it just feels too abrupt. Everything else is fantastic. The shorter songs, punchy. The longer songs, atmospheric. Overall, fantastic package. Innermost by Hate Forest. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Bloody amazing. Would it be higher than Druk? Probably not, but it would be next to it. It'd be Hate Forest then Druk. And yeah, 8 out of 10. Bloody good album. Now let's move on to Satanic Warmaster with Aamongandr. I think I kept saying Aamongandr, I think it's Gander. But yeah, again, Gandalf. Aamongandr, there you go. Let me know in the comments again if I'm saying that fucking wrong. But yeah, the latest Satanic Warmaster. I've been excited for this for a while. They've had a couple of singles out for a while, and they kill, and we'll talk about them in a second. But first, overall, the album, similar length, similar track listing. There's 6 songs again, about 37 minutes, so a bit slightly longer. some of these songs are a lot longer than the ones on the Hate For Us release, and it is a lot different of an album. So let's get into it. So first of all, the album as a whole, very melodic album. Really catchy as well. There's so many catchy moments on this which we'll go through. And it's quite a lot different to a lot of their other releases. Like, it's a lot different to Hope for Blood. Vastly different to Hope for Blood. Amazingly different from Strength and Honor. In a good way as well. I love them, but it's in a good way. And it's even different to Fimbulwinter, because that's more of like a folky kind of one, but this, you'll see, it is different. But yeah, let's get into it with the first track, Baphomet. So this is the first single they released, and it's a rager. It starts off intense as all hell, just like how that Hate Forest album started. The pure intensity, the crazy screaming. Werewolf is an insane vocalist. Like, the vocals on here, they're like shrieking. It's like he is a werewolf or some demon screaming with those vocal rasps. Love it. It's a much more theatrical album. This song is very theatrical as well, especially the way he sings. Especially when he's screaming the chorus. It's like, Baphomet! It does feel like a demon or a werewolf is screaming to you on this album. And the melody around the 3-minute mark. Oh my god, you'll be singing this all goddamn week. Let's give it a listen. So good, so infectious, amazing way to start off the album, one of the best on the album. Next up it goes into Duke's Ride, which is another fun, furious black metal song, and this is probably the most fun song on the album. It has this kind of like uplifting feeling to it as well, which sounds weird for black metal, but I don't know, it feels like he had a lot of fun on this release, and this song comes across as one of the most fun. It has like these symphonic flares in it, but it's not overblown. You know, it's not Karakangren style. It's there, but it's used to complement the music. It's not the full focal point of it. But I do love that they've got this symphonic element in it, and it adds to the music tenfold. Around the 2-minute mark as well is this trancey melody, which again will just get stuck in your head. It goes full like atmosphere mode as well. Very beautiful, and I think the word is like grandiose. It's a very grandiose sounding song, and most of the album is as well. But this song especially, it kind of reminds me of like, this may trigger some people, but it kind of reminds me of Enthroned Darkness Triumphant by Dimmu, or like Limbic R or Early Covenant, stuff like that. And I love all that stuff, and I think he did it well on this song. It's done perfectly. Love this song. One of the best on the album. Berserk Death is next, which is another just chef's kiss. Tribal drumming in the intro as well. That drum intro is just powerful. That's the word for it. It's powerful. It's another kind of, I don't want to say happy, but another kind of uplifting, feel-good kind of song. I don't know. It's kind of like when you're listening to Immortal. It's a lot different to, I don't know, it's a lot different to say Hate For Us. That's a more evil, kind of in murky depths of hell. Whereas this is like you're riding off the battle of a bunch of fucking werewolves. That's how it feels. More triumphant, more engaging, more powerful, and more epic. More epic. And you might see some more epic stuff later. Okay, so next up is the Eye of Satan, which has just the most insane screams on, especially around the 2-minute mark where it just goes fucking bonkers. But the star of the show on this song, the star of the show, is the melody. Oh my god, give it a listen. Such an epic, I know, I told you I was going to say epic again, it's such an epic feeling song, and it reminds me of Summoning. Like, it really does, especially the ending part of the song, like, this bombastic, Summoning-esque, like, Minas Morgul type shit. It's like Satanic Warmasters just went fucking epic black metal on me. Like Caladan Brood and stuff. So good, very refreshing. Another, it's just amazing song on the album, and the ending is hilarious. The ending is fucking hilarious. Because it stops, it's silent for about couple of seconds, and then it feels like he just fell off a chair, because if you listen to that very last like 2 seconds, he just goes ah! It's like he just fell over and like broke his spine or something. Go give it a listen. Actually, play it here. Amazing. Next up we have, what's the song called again? I've got it right here, Darkness Triumphator. Now this song is fine. This song is fine. It's not all roses, you know. This is the second to last song, and I don't have any complaints of it, aside from the fact it's not as memorable as any of the other songs on the album. It does its job, it's intense the whole way through, but there's no bombastic flair, there's no funny moments at the end, there's no insane feral screams, there's no tribal drumming, it's just a good black metal song, and on any other album I'd say like, wow, this is really good, but because it's on this album, in between all these amazing songs, 10 out of 10 songs, this one kind of stands out as just fine. It's a fine song. It sounds like I'm bashing on it too much. It's good, it's intense the whole way through, melodies are great, singing's great, but it just doesn't have anything that grabs me in. This is the weakest song on the album, easily, for me, anyway. You might think fucking different, and if you do, pop it down in the comments. But for me, this one's fine. This one's fine. It doesn't drag the album down, but it's not something I'm going to be jumping around wanting to listen to it again, unlike the last four. Because the last four were 10s out of 10s. This one's like a 7. It's about a 7 out of 10. Still good, above average. But not as good as the next song, which is the final song, and this is the best song on the fucking album. Holy shit. Barbas x Amon. Whew, here we go. Long song to end off the album, atmospheric as all hell, and it's just magical. It has this slow melody, this like rhythmic pulse that just gets you hypnotized, and it really sounds like a Burzum song. I love this style of black metal. This kind of mid-paced, trance-like atmosphere, I just love it. And the fact that it's on this album with all these other crazy songs, you've got fast songs, you've got intense songs, and then you've got symphonic songs, and now you've got this, with this kind of Burzum-esque melody. I love it. I love it. Best way to close off an album. It just goddamn is. And this is my favourite style. Breath of fresh air in the album. The feral shrieks are back as well, and what I like about the vocals is that you can actually hear what he's saying. You know, it's not just full insanity mode. You can actually, he pronounces the words good, so you know what he's going to be saying, like Baphomet and stuff like that. Like, Fawns! Fawns! You can hear him. You can hear the words he's saying, and it just makes it more powerful. So demonic vocals, great melodies, great riffs. This song is a banger and easily my favourite on the album, so that is it. That is Satanic Warmasters' Aamongandr album, and the album art. Come on, the album art's fan-fucking-tastic. So, rating for this one is going to be high. I love it. I think I like it more than Hate Forest now, actually. I think I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Boom, 9 out of 10. So 8 out of 10 for Hate Forest. I could be cheeky and give it 8.5, but no 0.5s. That's cheating. 8 out of 10 for Hate Forest Innermost. Fantastic album. Gonna keep re-listening to it. But Satanic Warmasters' new one, oh, it beat it by 1 point. 9 out of 10. One of the best albums of the year. And if I was gonna do my top 10 of the year for black metal again, this might be top. it might be top. Loved it to pieces. So those are my reviews for the latest 2 albums in December, late December, Hate Forest, Innermost, and Satanic Warmasters, Aamongandr. What do you think about these albums? Let me know down below. Let me know if you want to do more of these kind of like double reviews, because I think it's pretty fun. I'm only doing it for this one because I didn't mention them in my albums of the year, so here you go. Let me know down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.